Today I'm going to show you how to sow some seeds. It's February and I'm going to show you what I'm doing now. So the seeds I'm starting off now are tomato seeds, leeks, aubergines, kale, some chili peppers and some sweet peppers. So the things you're going to need are, you're going to need your compost. Now in my earlier video I showed you what I do. I do multi-purpose mixed with core. I've mixed that all together and I've broken it down with my fingertips. The other thing that I use is vermiculite to put on the top of the seeds. If you haven't got vermiculite, then just put a little bit of compost over the top. But vermiculite works really, really well. The other thing you need are little trays to put the seeds in. Now these are reused. I've bought various plants over the years, or lettuces and what have you, and I just reuse them every single year, or you can buy some. The other thing you'll need to pat your compost down is a piece of wood. You'll also need some markers to mark what the seeds are, and also a pen, and I've got a heated propagator. It's not essential to have a heated propagator, but it is really, really useful, and I do recommend getting one if you're going to be growing seeds for future years. I wouldn't be without mine. So first of all I'm going to start off and show you how I plant my seeds. So let me put my gloves on. I'll take a tray. So basically fill it right up to the top and fill it up in a mound like that. Then you get your block, you pat it down like so, and then you scrape it over the top like that, so it's all compacted down. And then I'm going to get my seeds. For everything, it's the same method for these kinds of seeds. So all the kale, the aubergines, all these kind of things, it's exactly the same method. So let's get the tomatoes out. In previous years, I'll be honest with you, I have just chucked them out on the top. But the problem when you do that is that they can, as they get a little bit bigger, they can get intertwined. So it is worth just shaping a few out into your hand like that, and then just gently placing them about an inch apart. It doesn't have to be really exact, but just roughly an inch apart. And it just makes it much, much easier when you then go to transplant them all when they get bigger. So there we go. So all my seeds are all spread out roughly an inch apart. So I'll pop the ones back in the packet that I've not used, fold them over, put them back in. And then I'm going to cover it with the vermiculite. So I'll put the gloves back on. Ideally, I need another container for this, but I haven't got one here. I'm not in my potting sheet. It's a little bit cold out there at the moment, so I'm doing it in the conservatory. So I'm just going to clear a little space. Let's get the vermiculite. And all you're doing with the vermiculite is just a covering over the top of the seeds. It doesn't need to be very deep at all. Just shake it over like I'm doing there, and then pat it down. So with my block of wood, spread it gently over, and pat it down just like that. And then obviously label it. So these ones are Roma, one of my favourite, really good for making pasta sauces. I make lots and lots of passata, and this is perfect for it. I'm reusing an old label, so I'm just going to turn it around the other way and put on there what it is. There we go. So that's my first tray of seeds done. And I will do all the rest of them like that, both my aubergines, my kale, both lots of my peppers. The only thing I will do differently will be my leeks, and I put them in a deeper pot because they grow down, and it's just a lot easier because you keep them in the pot for quite a long time. So that's the only thing I'm going to do differently, which I will demonstrate. So I'm just going to put that into my propagator, like so. So here's all my seeds started off. I've got the chilies in there, I've got my chocolate peppers in there, I've got kale in there, I've got aubergines in there, and my tomatoes there. So they're all ready to get started. Now, the really important thing to do when you're planting seeds in this way is you don't water them on the top, you water them from underneath, so it then soaks into the seeds from underneath. So they'll soak into the pots from the underneath. So you might need to top this up again because it takes quite a lot, because obviously this here, the capillary matting, will take in quite a lot, and then it'll have to soak up. You can tell when it's soaked in because actually the top of it will change colour, and you'll know when it's all absorbed up, but it could take quite some time. I'm also going to do my leeks. I do my leeks in a bigger pot because I don't plant these out until about June time, and it means I don't have to pot them on. Because leeks grow down, it means I can get quite a bit of root in there, and it just makes life a lot easier. So I've got my leek seeds, and I will gently just sprinkle these over. I'm quite happy to plant these a little bit thicker because I can thin these out as I plant them, which I'll show you how to do in future videos. So I'm putting about half the packet in here. These are the only seeds that I plant with a gap at the top, because when the seeds grow, it's quite good to have a little bit of a support from the side of the container. So I'm just going to fill that with a little bit of vermiculite, like I did with the others. So just a gentle covering over the top. Give a bit of a shake. Put a marker in. Now, because of the depth of this pot, I can't water it and let the water soak up to the top because it's just not going to work. So this is what you would need when you plant seeds direct out into the soil on your allotment. You need a rose, because if you just poured it straight onto it, it would kind of like tear into the top of the soil. But if you water it with a rose like that, it doesn't do that. It does a little bit, but it doesn't affect it like it would do if you did it the other way. And I can always pop a little bit more vermiculite onto the top. Just let that drip down. So there we go. That's some seeds started off. I will put the lid on and then plug that in and keep an eye on it over the next few days, because once they start to shoot, you need to take them out and put them on a tray on a windowsill, because if you leave them in there, once they've started to shoot, they'll go too far and then they'll ruin. So I will obviously do another video to show you how that works. So if you like what you see and you'd like to see more, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel.